So I'm going to say this guy's name because he likes it heard. Kid Queef. And it's a funny name. In his latest video, it talks about the gates of hell, and it's got this overweight dancing community at a sports event. And I was watching it and I was like, that's awesome. And he was watching it and thinking, would be torture. Like, this experience looks awful. And I'm the exact opposite. Which makes my interactions with him so interesting to me. And that's probably a good thing, but at times in the past I've thought it was a bad thing because I thought that I just want to get rid of some certain type of people. And that is not a healthy way to look at life. And I realize what my life has been as I've matured and aged is I have been liberal. It's a very liberal movement towards harmlessnessness. And to be harmless and to have harmlessness is to want to argue that frizz with a Z is how you say multiple 46s. 46 is fricks. If you have two 46s, those are frizz. The plural of 46 switches the X to a Z. And that argument is nothing to people. Nobody can complain about that argument. Only on YouTube is it dangerous to promote that argument and stand up for yourself. Do that and community guidelines attacks will come your way. And harmlessness is, in some ways, a deeply disappointing thing. Instead of cutting my teeth on the community in Pittsburgh and training to be more adept, I've become more irrelevant. And yet it's always me, so it's relevant to me, and you're watching, so it's relevant to you. Bless you. My point is just that harmlessness doesn't change the world, but it kind of does. And I was talking with a Trump supporter, and she was like, nowadays everybody's kind of weak. And, like I saw this adult with a stuffed animal, and I was thinking, what's wrong with that guy? And I was like, but consider that. It's more peaceful. Like, we're getting better with time. And she was like, yeah, I see that, but, I have this objection still to it. And so I want to resharpen my teeth. I want to cut them back. I want to become a threat to the establishment. I want frizz to be something that you want to destroy. I want it to be revolutionary so that if you see two 46s hanging out, you have to go there and cut them in half to tweeze because you don't want that Z forming. You're saying fricks there, cut them in half. Twee, 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 twee. Because I do not need frizz. I have enough. I get two twees with one fricks. I don't need frizz. That's four twees. My point is just that type of conversation is so harmless that why can't it be meaningful? Because that's what end rights were to me. It was meaningful. The number system is just a better system. And that's kind of just a better way, a modality. It's not substance. It's external. The numbers are the same. The words have changed. But a number is as harmless as a word. But think about that. A word is so much more threatening than a number. And so you can talk frizz and skiz is how you say 66s. Skicks, plural, is skiz. It works all the way up and down. And so the question becomes, what about a 6-ian? A 6-ian is 1-ian, 2-ian, 3-ian, 4-ian, 5-ian, 6-ian. Now, 1-ian is 10,000. 4 zeros, 2 zos. And so the question is, if you have multiple 6-ians, are they cis-ians or are they 6-ians? Do you have the Z move to the middle of the word or not? That's the kind of aspect that excited me about the N-word. But it was controversial, so it was death. And yet, I think words are more innocent than numbers, because numbers probably impact our lives even more than words ever could. But they aren't perceived as harmless. Words don't get the credit for their harmlessnessness. And so that's what this video is about, that I wish a word could be as easy as a number, as friendly. Like if you had a bathtub full of Sviz, 76 is Svix, Sviz everywhere all about, I would dive into the bathtub and swim, and I would enjoy it, because I'd be like, Svix, 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 Zviz. But that doesn't change, that doesn't kill the patriarchy, or end white supremacy, or bring justice to the oppressed, or stand up for anti-racist communal life, right? Why did that politics click with me so deep? And it's because numbers are also more fair than words. Because there's the solution to a number problem is exact. When you say Zvix is prime factored, what is it? 2 times thrate. So it's 2 times 2 times eint. And that's your prime factoring. 2 times 2 times eint is Zvix, I think. You do the math. But it's correct or it's not. But with words, it's never correct or not. And that's what I thought in my head. I was like, look, that word's a bad word. And that's correct. And yet it's a word. So bad words can't exist. So it's correct and has to be made correct for everyone's ledger. And an encyclopedia, a dictionary, a vocabulary is not a ledger. Or people cheat. People are cheating on their workses. Their taxes for words are not they are in the red, and they are claimed to be without any debt whatsoever. No, your vocabulary came at the risk of life. And you should value it. And it's absurd to think that Zviz is less offensive than NFT. But that's just not the way society works. And I can never change it. And that's the tragedy of my life. Thanks for enjoying it with me. Enjoying tragedy with others is pretty much my favorite. It's really nice. Take care. Goodbye.